Hello. Hold on. You should never turn your back on you. Sorry, that's just not polite. I don't like it. I don't trust you. I love you because you're awesome. And thank you for watching this video. And, you know, I love talking about the esoteric and soulmates and past lives and stuff like that. And traffic. We've dealt with this in past videos. People are cool around here. It's Montana. But this is a busy street sometimes when you're doing videos. But, anywho, love them. So, what the hell, see? Okay, past lives. Let's go there. Okay. One of the more interesting, apparently I've been a warrior in a lot of my past lives, like fighting in wars, like Vietnam. I'll get to that in a minute. I was in World War II. I was a double agent. Basically, what I would do is I could speak German, and I could dress. I would sneak behind enemy lines and sabotage or steal files and papers because I was actually trained to be a doctor. And I had family German heritage or whatever, so I was basically, I could speak German. I was a doctor, but I was also, I could, kill people. I was a double agent. Anywho, so I ended up dying. You can't fucking do too many tours without getting whacked, but it was awesome. 2 of them I do remember vividly, and I'll explain as soon as this vehicle goes by, because it's really cool. Okay, the first instance, this was a really cool one. I was basically, the idea was to take over these Tiger tanks and to try to sabotage and blow them up because these Americans were coming down the road. The Germans had them ambushed at this bridge. There was 3 Tiger tanks all pointing at this bridge, and it was single file on these Shermans. They would have been slaughtered. So what me and my guy did is we knocked out the 2 Germans in the first tank. There was 2 other guys already out there, or 2 other tanks, and they're already working on their stuff, right? And so me and this guy we knocked these 2 guys out and tied them up and took their uniforms. So we're climbing down and it was an old inn with the stilts in the back. So you had they had trap doors where you can go louder and just go out the back and go out into the field, whatever. So anyway, this was in Germany. And I hate saying but anyway, get back to the story. So we tied these guys up, German soldiers, the tank guys up, walked down climbed down the ladder, went down into our tank, acting like we were going to do our little maintenance stuff. And we could see the Americans coming down the road in their Shermans, right? And so they was getting ready to pop off. So we got in our tank, we turned the turret. Oh, damn it, hang on. It's really cool. No worries. Here comes another one. Hang on. Damn, traffic. In the middle of nowhere. And I'm telling stories. So anyway, so here we are. We turned our turret towards the second one, the second Tiger. Hit it. Boom. The third Tiger was hit to what was going on. So by the time the third Tiger got hit and started turning, because we can only load so fast, and we weren't going to reload by the time they turned and shot on us, so we had to bail. So this is the fun part, right? You can see the Shermans coming down the road. They're almost at the bridge. And here me and my guy we're running across this field towards them in German uniforms. So we're stripping off these freaking uniforms, and all we got on is our boots and our pants and a undergarment shirt, like a thermal shirt or whatever. And we're running up to this bridge, and we just did what we had to do. We couldn't go to these guys because they think we're Germans to shoot us. So, but they heard all this action going on, like the explosions, the tanks. So they were fired up and ready to go. So we jumped into the river to avoid the crossfire, and me and my guy are floating down this icy river. Okay, that was one instance. The one where I got whacked which really sucked, was when I had to go to a hospital. I was a doctor, remember, so I understood things like that, so I could get away with being a doctor. But I was dressed in I was like a colonel or some crap, I don't know. because everybody was saluting me. So I go to this file room and I take a file out. It's really important apparently. And then I climb out the window. I'm not sure why I did that. As I'm climbing out the window, somebody saw me, and you hear somebody yelling at me, and so I bailed, and I'm running around the building, out to the front of the building, and there's these train tracks. It's like a major junction, because there's like 4 or 5 tracks lined next to each other, so it's a major city. And I'm like running across the tracks, and running down the tracks, just hauling ass, trying to get away. And you hear gunfire, and I don't think I made it. But that was my last memory of that. That was one lifetime. And the Vietnam thing, because you think about it, if I got whacked in Germany in the 40s, it's easy to come back and karmically be reborn in the 50s. By the late 60s, you're a teenager, you're in Nam. And that's basically what happened to me. I ended up getting killed in Nam in the late 60s. I was reborn in 70. One really cool lifetime, I was a monk. But Shaolin monks were warriors. It was really cool that I had a weapon, but it was really bizarre. We were dressed in white. We were all shaved head. Actually, I wasn't shaved head. Sorry. I didn't have a shaved head. The guy I was with did. But we were dressed in white, and we were basically going after a girl that had been kidnapped by this weird lord. Anyway, and he was on top of this hill that had this little palace or some shit. So anyways, we had to go up to the palace and get the girl back, which we did. But as we were climbing down the hill, she fell into a trap, and we didn't see it. And the other guy I told, go get help, and I'm gonna go into the hole. So I go into this hole, with my sword ready to go get the girl, and I climb through these little tunnels, and you see like torches. So this was a weird little bizarre place. And I turn a corner and I see this guy dressed in blue, really silk, really fancy, right? I guess this was the bad guy. So I fought him, and he killed me because I lost. I died. Apparently I wasn't that good. But I remember him cut me across the chest, and I remember screaming out loud. And I remember seeing my own face when I did. I was like, you're dead. Right? It was weird. Okay, this is the weird part about that memory, is the second half of the memory is I'm in a hallway. And this hallway is lined with doors. And in front of each door is a guard. And they look like goblins. They look just like those statues in Big Trouble in Little China at the end when they're in that room and all the statues fall down. They look like those, but they were live creatures, and they stood in front of each door, and there was like black and gold flags, banners on the wall. It's really bizarre. So anyway, I'm in this hallway. This is right after I get killed by this dude in blue. So I'm walking in this hallway, and I walk in front of this door, and I face this goblin thing, right? And it's a guard, right? It's got a spear and stuff, and I smacked it across the face. Don't ask me why I did. It got the hell out of the way. Apparently it was effective. So I opened the door, and it's a small room, and there's a Buddha. I literally walked into the little room, and there was a black Buddha with gold outline. And he was alive. It looked like it wasn't Buddha, but you know those kind of Buddha figures. It kind of looked like that. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm going, what the hell? And he looks over, like he's looking across the room, something else. And I look over across the room, and there's another goblin-looking thing floating above a bed. And this Buddha tells this goblin thing to do what his ancestors done before him. Whatever the hell that means. And then he looked at me, and then bam, I was gone. I woke up. So yeah, lifetimes, right? I'm just saying, who knows? Those were just examples. And the German thing ties in with the past life with my soulmate, because before I died in Germany, I got married. I found my soulmate. We got married, but we didn't have children. I mean, we sealed the deal on the marriage and all that, but I went off to fight and be a hero, and I ended up dying. And she, God bless her, she ended up living 60 years by herself, not remarrying. This was old school people, right? Not remarrying, not getting any lovers. So this was a devoted wife to me, who passed away doing some stupid shit in the war trying to be a hero. I did, it was important. It was a sacrifice I had to make, apparently, and the lives continued. But anyway, she was suffered for 60 years, and then she passed away in the early 70s or late 70s. But I was reincarnated as that kid who died in Vietnam while she was still alive, but there was no connection. It wasn't going to happen anyway. But it's weird that we found each other again in this life. And of course, it was a train wreck because she wanted nothing to do with me, nothing to do with commitment. She hated kids. Yeah, just trust me when I say she did not want anything to do with falling in love and getting married. And can you blame her? Anyway, and there we are. Soulmates, what are you going to know? Anyway, that's all part of this weirdness, and I'm just saying, this is, you never know. I could be wrong. This could be all in my head. I just could be telling some really good tales. But anyway, I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and God bless. Okay, bye.